What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for all you rascals and rapscallions out there. As always, I hope everybody's having a great weekend, watching some spooky movies and whatnot. And as I film this intro, it is after I got back from this event. I've been home for about 20-30 minutes from the hunting place, the old Cobo Hall in downtown Detroit, for the Totally Rad Vintage Fest. This is a traveling convention that goes state to state. And they have a bunch of stuff from the 80s, 90s, and the year 2000. Tons of fun vintage stuff. And I decided to go down there and check it out. I went by myself, because I think every once in a while it's okay to go do stuff by yourself and have some fun. But I'll tell you what, guys, I had a lot of fun at this convention. I recorded some footage, a walkthrough through the entire event, visited the arcade, the retro museum, and I picked up a lot of cool stuff. So I'm pretty much going to show you guys some of the footage I filmed, and then at the very end of the video I'll show you guys everything I picked up. So until then, enjoy the video. Okay, let's see how rad this place really is. Tassels we walked through, that's rad. Ooh. Cobo Hall. Okay, let's find some rad shit, you guys. Alright, so many people in line. Start with the far left and work your way through. That's how it's done, these conventions. In fact, this stuff is in a museum. The Rad Museum. We used to beat the life out of each other with these. Moon boots. Alright guys, this place is absolutely packed. Thousands of people in here right behind me. All these ways. I bought one thing already. I walked through this whole place once. I think I'm going to try to give you guys a walkthrough and then go back to the booths of the stuff I thought was really rad and make some purchases, and we'll go from there. So we got the vintage arcade over here, Guitar Hero. I might have to hop in on that. I'm definitely going to have to hop in on that before I leave. But we got Mario Kart 64 over here, which I'm the greatest Mario Kart 64 player of all time, so I'm going to have to see who needs to smoke. But we got old school games, Galaga, Space Invader. I got to get down to Mario Kart, and definitely Guitar Hero. Alright, so here's the arcade. I'm going to film a walkthrough a little bit from this side through each aisle. Give you guys an idea what's in here. It's pretty packed, so it's kind of hard to get around through here. A lot of vintage shirts. That's pretty much what the majority of everything is around here. Vintage shirts. Some VHS over there. I'll make my way back to that spot. So hopefully, I didn't know if I was going to put music to this or not. Probably just talk my way through it. Trying to get a little glimpse of everything, but not getting everybody's way, because like I said, it's incredibly crowded in here. Some more vintage shirts. Here's the hipster booth with cameras. Lots of weird looking people. More vintage shirts. Look at that fit up there. Got a Marlboro jacket. So like I said, so it looks like we got some posters in here. vintage posters. I'm gonna have to come back to this VHS section. A lot of is this Alanis Morissette? A lot of Alanis Morissette music. Got some vintage wrestling shirts in here. The Ren and Stimpy shirt. Whoop whoop. Looks like we have some records and laser discs over here. Tons of vintage over here. See, the vintage shirts don't really apply to me here as much as I want them. This poster is fucking sick. Come back here for the, I don't know if these are these vinyl or laser disc? Just back there. Here's where I come in at. Bunch of pins over there. I'm not a big pin collector, but maybe I should be. Seems like some kind of fun and out here. I mean, honestly, man, it's just kind of cool to be in Cobo. It's Huntington Place now, but this is Cobo Arena. Like I was saying, so many legendary things, if you're from Detroit, happen in this place. And pretty packed, but not a bad convention, man. Like, maybe it's the time of year. In Michigan, the first day of spring was, what, yesterday or the day before? But not too hot in here, man, and for how packed it is. And I think once I get done with this walkthrough and make some purchases, I'm probably going to spend the rest of my time at the Vintage Arcade. And look at, I haven't even been over here yet. Holy shit. I'll be back. I think that guy was retarded, but sorry if that offends you guys. Them too. So over here, DVDs, VHS. And here's some jerseys, man. I'm gonna have to go through these, some records, some more vinyl. The two vinyl sections I never went through because of how packed it was, which, as you can see, look at this. This is crazy. Beep beep. Just stand here. Got some posers with some skateboards. I don't mean to be so mean. They got this little chill area if you want to sit down. I just think when you go to like certain conventions, some people might not be experienced with some of this stuff, and you got to at least have some kind of social awareness, especially when there's like kids in strollers or handicapped people, or you gotta, if you're gonna look at something, get out of the way. You know what I mean? Because we're all here to have fun, but you don't want to be clogging everything up. And there's this booth here with the all these VHSs over here. I plan on coming back here and grabbing some shit. Y2K, more shirts. Got the appropriate shoes for a show like this. And slides. Got that 2001. See, the issue with buying stuff like this, and these cups are pretty dope. Vipers cups. Might have to buy that. I might have to get that. But yeah, like I said, I wear like a 2X, so like there's not really any shirts here I can buy. A lot of cool stuff. Okay, so we're about midway through Oakland A's. Vipers. I'm that asshole walking around the convention with a phone. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of staying out of everyone's way, but like I was saying, this is a traveling show pop-up. We got a lot of cool stuff. More VHS. Grabbed a couple things from these guys earlier. There's a cool boom box. This is probably the most chaos of shit I'm filming here, man. There's no rhyme or reason. Pretty cool stuff, though. Giant section of clothes. Some more records. This is a spot I want to check out. VHS games of GameCube. Yeah, this booth has been crowded the whole time, so trying to get in there and see what they got. But for as many people as there are in here, certain areas aren't too hard to get around. And then this is going to be the last lap right here.
You don't know how to get.
So more VHS. Looks like they got a lot of vinyl over here. Like Mike Tyson would say, vinyl. So this is my little walk around through here as I skid-scaddle around. As you can see, some areas are more crowded than others. I think a cool thing is like seeing younger people here or kids that never experienced this type of stuff and realize that the 90s at least were one hell of a time. And this is a spot I've seen with all the trading cards and everything, but it's packed. I'll come back. Like I said, I did one lap already.
I did.
As you guys can see, I'm a professional convention goer. As a big guy, just bully my way through. Always been a weirdo like that. The guy that walked really fast through the mall. So, anyways, here we are. We're back around the bend where I showed a video earlier. That corner is where you get your beer. Here's where you can sit down. So I would say this is a pretty spaced out convention. Though the aisles are clogged, there's plenty of spaces to sit down and get some air, or just step outside and get some actual fresh air. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go make some more purchases and probably hit up that arcade one more time, and then I'll show you guys the haul. So I'm leaving the convention right now. Just if anyone wondered what part of downtown Detroit looked like on a beautiful day. Former Cobo Hall. About to get on out of here, head on home. Alrighty, everybody. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the walkthrough, the video I recorded inside of the event. I don't know if it did it justice or not, but I definitely had a lot of fun. It was very packed, tons of people in there. There were certain areas inside the venue that were harder to navigate than others, but you know, I found myself having like the most fun going and taking a break at the Vintage Arcade, and I went there maybe 3 times to take a little break and play Guitar Hero, which that was so much fun. It was so cool to see like all the older folk, people my age, have fun with these retro games, but like have the younger kids come and play. I remember like I got to playing Dead Kennedys, Holiday in Cambodia by Dead Kennedys on Guitar Hero, like on hard, and I was so bad at it, man. And I swear people were like singing the song behind me, and like I thought like I had this big crowd behind me with everybody rooting me on, and I stand up, I turn around, and it's like a 10-year-old kid, and I was like, oh, and I was like, you ever played this game before? He's like, yeah, I played it before. This kid gets on there and plays an expert, like the hardest song, and absolutely kills it. But going back multiple times to play Guitar Hero was one of the funnest parts. Just how much people love that game, man. I had so much fun with that. And I wish I could have played a little Mario Kart 64, but that game was held up. Like, Guitar Hero is a lot easier to get to. Just stand behind someone and say who's got next and stuff like that. But anyways, on to everything I picked up. So I grabbed 7 different items. So the first stuff I'm going to show you are some vintage glass cups that I really want to know. I have a Pizza Hut ET cup. There's just a lot of nostalgia for these. To me, it makes me want to go on eBay and look up some more, like the Flintstone ones or the Simpsons ones were pretty rad. Then I grabbed Alvin and the Chipmunks, I should say. Was a big fan of these guys when I was a little kid. And I really wanted this like breakfast cup that had Garfield skateboarding on it. These were old McDonald's cups. So we got Otis. I'm easy to get along with when things go my way. Pretty good to read that backwards. But yeah, I remember these in particular. We used to always have these at my grandma's house, like when we'd stay over. These would be like little orange juice cups and everything. And I think I want to go on eBay and try to find the rest of these and find like the Batman cups that come from, I believe, McDonald's. But this was some pretty nostalgic stuff I just had to grab. And then I grabbed a couple of VHS tapes. So the first one being Dead Presidents. No, I don't remember who directed this. It was the Hughes brothers. Okay, they did Menace to Society, right? Because it had a lot of the same actors in it. And I really love this movie. I remember my friend Justin showing me this back in the day. This is a movie that still doesn't have a Blu-ray. Very fun movie about a Vietnam veteran that comes back and his life is kind of in shambles. It's played by the same dude who plays not O-Dog, not Wax. Yeah, O-Dog. It was O-Dog. Yeah, but he's in here. I think the guy who played Chauncey is like the pimp in the movie. And just a guy who comes back from Vietnam, things aren't really the same as much as he thought they would be coming back from the war. And he's got a little post-traumatic trauma and all that. And he comes up with a plan with his old boss and his friends to rob like one of those armored trucks that brings the money to the bank and everything. But I always really liked this movie. Always loved the artwork. So I had to pick that up. And I only grabbed one other VHS. I was pretty picky on what I was buying. But as you guys know, I had a really big like wrestling tape haul that I got not too long ago. And I got no shame in this, guys. Because I wanted to grab that Dead Presidents movie, but I didn't want to leave without getting something else. So I bought Divas Postcard from the Caribbean. This WWE movie with all the divas and broads behind the scenes and everything. This is more like something I wish I had when I was a little kid. And you know what? I have no shame in picking this up because when I went to pay, I was talking to the guy earlier who ran this booth, and then when I made this purchase and bought this, he literally like high-fived me. He's like, "Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about." He's like, "That's the best," you know. He's like, "Yeah, we're about the same age. We got to talk, and we're like 2 weeks in age, or I think less than a week age different. He was born like the 9th, and I was the 13th, and we were kind of reminiscing on the Attitude Era on the tapes. And he was like, "Oh yeah, this one my mom would never buy me." So I was like, "Yeah," I had to pick up the Divas Postcard. Like I said, don't judge me. And then I went to this booth with this older gentleman that was like really cool with this rock and roll. He had all these really cool CD box sets, which I really wanted to grab, like the Jimi Hendrix Purple Box, like live and studio set, because I got that for my birthday from my uncle when I was younger. But I tried not to buy too much stuff. he also had a John Lennon newspaper from the day he was shot, but it was like $100, and it's like, I'm not the biggest Lennon fan, but that was hard to pass up on just because it was pretty cool. But I ended up grabbing this. I really like the colorway and the artwork on the front. The Ramones live in concert, 1974 to 1996, and all these different shows that they have on here are all played at these different clubs at different times between like the 2 decades and everything. So that's really cool. Like, I don't normally collect DVD too much anymore, which is ironic because I'm grabbing VHSs. And I even told the guy at the booth, like, I could easily probably watch this on YouTube somewhere. But Ramones are one of my favorite bands of all time, and this was just hard to pass up. This is going to be fun to just pop in and just vibe with it and everything. And then last but not least, I got one soundtrack, one vinyl. Now, this is a movie I've been kind of talking about a lot lately, and I kind of want to do like a deep dive on it. But that being the soundtrack to Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver, Martin Scorsese film. So this is one of my all-time favorite movies. I love this film to death. I even told the guy, and I believe his wife or girlfriend, whoever I was talking to, I was like, what are the chances I'm going to go home and just listen to the score of Taxi Driver? It's not like one you just sit down and listen to. Because, yeah, I should rephrase that a little bit. This is more of a score than a soundtrack. I feel there's a difference. But anyways, yeah, I love this movie so much. If you guys want to see me do a deep dive on this film sometime, I'll do it. At this point, I own the vinyl soundtrack, the VHS, the Blu-ray, the 4K, and the Laserdisc. So I'm kind of maybe thinking I might have to pick up the DVD, maybe a Betamax, cassette, and CD, and just call it a day and have every little thing to go with it. But Taxi Driver, one of my all-time favorite movies. But yeah, that's everything I picked up, guys. Didn't spend as much money as I thought I may, which isn't a bad thing. Like I said, I had more fun talking to people and playing the video games and everything, and just fun to be in downtown Detroit. I think downtown Detroit gets a pretty bad reputation sometimes. Most people that have anything negative to say about it haven't probably been to Detroit ever, or in the last 15 or 20 years. Like, obviously, if you go down to like the east side of Detroit, that's not going to be good. But downtown Detroit, with all the venues and sports arenas and restaurants and bars, on a nice day, it's a pretty nice place to be. And but anyways, yeah, that's my haul. It was really fun to be around all the nostalgia and everything. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Blood Guts Gore. I'll check you next time.